What a miserable fucking day for you guys. Holy shit. Did you fucking miss me? I'm here. I'm here, dude. I burned the shit out of the back of my throat today. So I can do it now. What do you mean you can do it now? I'm alive. I am alive. Don't mind I don't mind all like the things that are fucked up and wrong with my phone. I'm trying to say goodbye to Daily Stains with the new. You can't advertise the kitchen gun. Who do you think you are? Advertising the kitchen gun? You come in here and you advertise the kitchen gun in my home. What? Who do you think you are? Someone. That's true. You are someone.
Oh God, they trying to drown me in this hole.
I can't believe that Jill. You know, it's not. You know, I can't believe. I would say I can't believe. That'd be a lie. We're playing Citizen Sleeper today. I have no fucking idea what Citizen Sleeper is, and how it works, and how it.
To see the baby.
You would like to see the baby? She was just here. She just ran away. Harley! Hey, you doxed yourself. It's not anybody's fault but yours. It's the baby. Sky! Everybody say hello, baby. Show me the baby. I have to go to bed, so I can't actually mod. But yay, Harley! Everybody say hello to the baby! Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Lee, for stopping in and say, Jesus Christ, cat. Baby deserves big window. Okay, all right. Well, I don't even have big window yet. I don't even have big window. Big window isn't real. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Give us a second. Give us a second. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. You guys can probably still hear me. We're getting real wicked in here. Where the fuck did... Okay, there we go. Boom. 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 It's not working. God damn it. Never mind, I'm not doing this right now. We'll do this later. We'll do this later. It's not within my prerogative until after. Yeah, we'll get rid of it. Boom. Yeah, so Okay, wait, am I back? Did they return me to life? Am I this? Okay, wait. Okay, boom, beautiful. There we go, back to normal. So we're playing Citizen Sleeper. I believe our beloved mod Mago565 gifted me this game. Return of the Loafus! Return of the Loafus! I thought I was playing Peak. What happened? There is no Peak stream here. There was never a Peak. I swapped the category before. Hey, it even says in the Discord announcement, Citizen Sleeper. What do you mean Peak? Where did you get Peak? What? What are you talking about? Who are you? No, we're paying. So I think it was. You might be going insane, Glass and Watch. You might be going crazy. We're playing Citizen Sleeper. I'm pretty sure Megan bought me this game. So okay. I genuinely didn't know this was an RPG. Operator. Oh, okay. So you're one of two. Oh, nope, three. You're a mechanist, or a machinist. Sleeper, I hardly knew her. A machinist repairs and modifies automated systems. Used in industrial resource extraction, sleepers assigned to machinist works are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. An operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. Glass and Watch loves his fake ads. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. So this seems like big. Use strength or strength of will. Approach problems with awareness. Can we all make fake ads? No! Don't tell Jill Valentine what she can do. Approach a problem head on. So operators they lose endurance. Engineer. Extractor. We're gonna be an extractor. Extractor will be what we be the extractor. First thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting, minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. Unknown. Who are you? Items data. Fake ads, young one. Jill's super young. Jill's a little baby. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a flesh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach, until you can't tell one from the other. The cold slips in, behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body. Given your current circumstances, the walls of this container feel immediately present, cold, hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You would be wrong, Mr. Glass and Watch. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain, at least. It's been 84 years. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. It's imminent. Harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Remember the others. You remember there were 10 of you. 10 that could no longer stand the indentured work, the routines, the slow decay. I said decay, and I meant to say decay. The slow decay. 10 whose belief in their promised future was slowly dismantled day by day until they realized they had sold away everything that could and would ever matter. 10 that would escape, or at least die trying. Oh no. Some were lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers, with the Frighters, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough to know that you might no longer be on the grim and heartless rock, even if, in the heartless hold of a Frighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any descendant. I will send growth. Bob! My algorithm is ruined. Try to rest.
Oh God, they trying to drown me in this
You animals! I can't. Hey, I might be a slut, but be nice to me. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left, surely weeks, maybe months. You are dully aware of the damage to your legs, your right arm. You've been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body is still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. It's the loaf verse? Fucked up. You feel the weight of the impossibility begin to gather. It's time to sleep again, to nudge the false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Time passes. The cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound, too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing. Your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. God, fuck me, I'm stupid. Then light, white as the coal, soft and softer until in a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears. You are out. Dragos, pragmatic salvager. Yeah, I don't need nothing else. I'm done. What the fuck? Where's I hydrated, Sky? What are you talking about? No more. You feel something? It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. I think Loaf did hydrate. I did hydrate! You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ship, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. Not enough? Whatever. What does this guy look like? So, sleeper, you all thought yet? Yeah, that's this guy. This guy sounds like that. Hydrate more? I'm gonna be quiet. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance in Sub-Zero vac. See more than a few of you frozen solid. The whole plates are inside outer locks in my time. They were so lucky. I want a new hydrate beam. The Make Band Proud hydrate. We'll think about it. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech. His his headset with its glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulders, one of the symbiotically linked drones perches. Its irising eye locks you with an unflinching stare. Stop with the voice. You sound like me. Stop. This is my voice, dickhead. Oh, you mean Dragos. My bad. Bro, you're gonna like impersonate me or something. You're here looking at me, dude. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. Didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. Wait, actually, I need to do something. There's something very important I need to do before I forget. This is something unfortunately, this has been something that's been a long time coming. Okay, that's correct. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Alright. Beautiful. I've done what needs to be done. Please do it. I want to hear- Oh, it's done. I've done what needs to be done. Also, hello, Deicide. Struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment.
Oh God, they trying to drown me in this.
I need to keep drinking. It is I. Me. It is you. You. Struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment, or perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. I plan to survive. You aren't sure if he hears you. Okay, is this him talking? I've only heard good things about this game. Hopefully you like it. I've heard some pretty good things. I've been told a couple good things. I want to ask what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation. I suppose you know you can't go back your old body. That's theirs now, and you're just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. Jesus Christ. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property? That's what you call a person? You're not alone. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. S and Harp wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep a hold of you, well then no one can. Remember that too, or at least rumors of it, from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down. Separate from your emulated mind? Separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? But for now, sleeper, you're one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away, towards the glassy dome of the yard. The Eye is the best place you can be right now. The Eye? The station. You'll see soon enough. Drago impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. He trails off. There's no freighter container I've been using as a storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling much valuable scrap in these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside you. Emotion. Fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Alright, you get on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Drago stalks back into the Rex, his drones already converging on a rusty hulk. Plasma flashes, silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Oh. Introduction. Welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Oh. This is a heavy role-playing game. I'm seeing it. I'm kind of getting Disco Elysium vibes. If any of you guys have played Disco Elysium, I love Disco Elysium. You wake up curled in the corner of the container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you waken now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Disco Elysium is so good, real. Here you are, on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? I need to play more of it. It's really great. It is. Building a life. Maybe you did get lucky. Finding yourself here. Maybe here on the edge of everything, there's a life for you to build. Before you can build anything, you'll need to learn to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of desiccated powder. So they announced their next. I did see they announced their next game. That's gonna be awesome. You thumb the power stud of the stove and you begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachet smell like damp wood. You sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes like angular suns burning into your mind. Megan's mom! So true. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images. It is long after you finish drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Tutorial. Condition, action, dice, and energy. Condition. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition. Now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Jesus. Action dice. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Once you have used your dice and you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at double rate per cycle. Jesus! So I want to leave? Dragos is standing in the corner when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset. In the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it is implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cast of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How you feeling? I'm okay. The drone chirps. Good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. Pauses. So I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Sure. All right then. He nods. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old holes down, sell them off to shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some techs, something with a bit more value. Most of what comes is it's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'll be used to the manual labor. And obviously, I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Got it. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best in moving on as quick as you can. And sleepers, well, he trails off. But things being the way they are for me at the yard, I need the help. Happy to. Okay. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Will do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Looks like it's time to get to work. I guess I'm gonna go get to work. Tutorial. Actions 1 of 2. Actions are the primary way you interact with the world as Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. All dice section, manual salvage, that's what we want. Okay. 100% chance positive, 50% chance positive. Okay. Or actions, I'm not reading all this out loud. Either critical or repeat.
Safe, risky, or dangerous. Okay. Safe. Back to business. Dragos is tied up in something ugly, and if he misses a payment or two, things could get nasty. Ooh, okay. Okay, this is very simple. More simple than I thought it would be. Actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed. Filling a clock means something good or bad is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Dave's death, is cycle clocks. These clocks tick once each cycle. The active cycle clocks will be displayed on the island. Okay, so Drago's got some debt, it would seem. Sing what your mama said. Oh, what your mama say, she say. Busy making babies, greasy babies, sliding down my graves. Drives and navigation. So you want to drive as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives, depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and track drive will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via an arrow at the bottom left of your screen.
This is ridiculous. Both.
You're now free to explore Erlin's Eye and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Look for food to help your energy, to keep your energy up, and a way to recover your condition. Fill clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle at your home when you're out of dice. Okay. Back in business. 10 cryo. There's a doctor, I suppose. That's pretty important. I do want to live, I think. I want to leave because I did some work. Dock C4. Rotunda Wet Dock. Hellion Crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Hellion system are rare, but those that do will always return eventually. Okay. Can I... Okay. So there's nothing actually there right now, I don't think. Nothing like I can use my dice on, at least. So instead, it's obviously I haven't like got a ton of it yet, but I'm pretty down with the what's happening. Back in business. Neutral outcome. Dang it. Wanted a positive. 100% positive, baby. Back in business. Okay. Then we go to the empty container. Frames. I didn't know that. Good to know. I can sunbathe, and that's good for me. This time, you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment, you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions, as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them. Dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes that connect to you, you see the station. Now you feel the station, like a web of texture and smooth black wiggling. Touch it. You find a point in the station, and you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths under or around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and you try in a moment of impulsiveness to connect to them. The flow passes through you so rapidly that you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. Reach out, try to grasp them, try to touch them too. You notice a tugging feeling, pulling at you insistently, as if you were a small child, as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling you in two different directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open, The dark steel walls, you feel chains within you, a shift. Close your eyes for a second, you feel it waiting there. The station splayed out across your mind, a storm of connected nodes waiting to be explored, and then it's gone. Holy shit. I guess we'll try. Energy! Oh, that's the negative outcome? I need food. Interesting. Oh, okay, that's okay. I understand. Ooh. Okay. So we need points. Points. And no matter what, we get to do the back in business thing. Right? Yeah, so now it's all the way full. Every salvager knows just what they... Yeah, so I can't do it no more. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape. Suspended below the dome, they flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures. Spilling from holes in the twisted shape, the cutter is huge. It has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Drago stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship that is lowered into the yard. She is. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up. Now look at this. The ship descends slowly into its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Drago feels for the monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of its crew. What happened? What do you mean? Glances up to you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on a credit. That's what happened. No. What happened to the ship? Not my concern, he shrugs. The ship creaks like a caving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Drago is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. Drones start to crawl over the hull, their lights illuminating flashes of the dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in similar fashion, locked inside that container, the wreck of the Essen Arp fighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was that container delivered to Dragos on its own? A womb for your rebirth into the strange station. He shuddered. Perhaps if you could learn something about the ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Drago squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we're up to you. What do you think? See the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side. Winter Light. Let's do it. Claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Get back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. Upgrade point. New drive discovered. Drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on your character upgrade. Actually, okay, yeah, makes sense. So I can't get this. It could let me, and I can't. I'd have to get to that to make it. Okay, interesting. Yes, I will take a thing called Thrill Seeker. How could I not? And of course, there is no way for me to progress this myself. I need food. What does energy do again? That's what this does, right? If I sunbathe. Okay, that's what I see. Okay, yeah, so energy is food. So that's how I don't starve to death. Cool. Swag Messiah. Again, the skeletal... Jesus! Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering light, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Energy is food! Between the threads you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of the thread across the ring. Through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops. It seems almost impossible to parse, but again, you try. Focus on the nodes. You had Taco Bell? Hell yeah, Jill. The nodes are glassy, bright. But in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points you approach one, a pyramid, or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here. Then lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. Before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passage and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the path and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then, that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions, as if they were tied around you. The first thread leads out, away from the station into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching, ever closer with each cycle. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something. A sphere shimmering above a strange, angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. You open your eyes. Time is short. Jesus! Okay. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the Eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data, but be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the I button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. Okay. Should sunbathe, just because... I guess you all didn't hear me calling from several states away. So true. I didn't hear you calling from across the continental United States. Okay. Plenty of energy. Solheim Gate S7. Haven Age Gate. Key node. They work with dice action. Match your... Ooh. Ooh. Bypass. A lone connection feeds into this isolated node. The last access timestamp is 1,000 cycles ago. Extracts data. One encrypted key. What does this need? Needs 2. What about you? This gate conceals a network of systems which have been untouched since the Soul Sun collapse. I need a Solheim cipher for that. Maybe that will get me that. Gotta help Dagos, though. Dagos is helping us. We gotta help Dragos. Yard clearance. History or no, the ship is salvage. As Dragos says, break it down. Move on. I don't have Intuit. My Intuit's bad. But I want to. I'm gonna. Damn it. Negative outcome yard clearance. That sucks. Well, I guess it's not horrible, but could be worse, you know. End the cycle. Oh. This is cool. I didn't think this was what this was gonna be. I guess I didn't. I don't like know what I was expecting, but definitely as you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor to you, towards you. Sleeper, wait up! Turn. It's not Dragos. Feng. Feng is coming down the corridor towards you with a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, Glad I caught you. Do I know you? He grins. You do now! He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. I don't trust this guy. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. I want to punch this guy in the fucking throat. He looks away down the passage. What was it old Erlen said? The eye opens for us all? Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. We? You pass together into the main walkway. Haven Age. We're all one dysfunctional family. Feng puts an arm around you. I'm not part of the security branch, though. Don't worry, I'm with systems. Haven Age? Think of us as an administrative association for the eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerged as a response to or continuation of Andre Erlin's original union. Personally, I avoid the topic. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity and, well, I know a little about you sleepers. A small proposition for you. This is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare. Then, when you're settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. What they say about you is what if what they say is true about you sleepers? Well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice brightened, his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. Alright, you fucking weirdo. Come on, positive. Damn it. Come on, neutral. Yeah. Haven Age member is broadcasting on the open network from here, leaving them open to data extraction. Bypass. I'll take it. Haven Age data. Cryptic key, a stream of passcodes able to unlock the station's aging madlocks. A cache of raw data from Haven Age hardware. So it's not really a whole lot. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread strung tight around you and tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver. Its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. So move on to 10. I will hydrate. There you go. That was a good hydrate, too. That was a good hydrate. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown. Astringent. Processing. Resist! You struggle against the threat, and it tightens in response, a glittering garrote. Please hold. The thread around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for a moment, and then it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure. A creature in front of you. Its straightened head flickers between different angles, reading you. What did you do? The shape paces around you on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity identified. Origin. Serial. Cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. Sleeper. Essen Arp. Unknown. Known. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature. Of and not of. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head. Thick, snaking vine-like ribbons that flex and wave, they approach with intent. Stop. The figure halts its threads, its head's twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I'm a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste. The one from their sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed dock. An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. Glows with murderous intent. You lash out with all your force, not a physical strike, but a focusing, a strike, but a focusing, a spike of interference leaping out like the tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. wake up. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking with fear. Hunter. Oh, tomorrow's gonna suck because I didn't fucking... None energy. I'm gonna be starving. Starving. Come on. Positive. Yes. Come on. Positive. Yes. Well, that's a neutral. That works. Is that negative? That might have been negative. I don't want to talk to you yet, Fang. I'm not ready. I've got this, that I've got a 50 pot. Dang, that sucks. Come on. Positive. Come on. Positive. Dang it. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Holy shit. I didn't realize I could fucking... Oh my god. Alright. Oh, there's active scenes. Do I have to talk to Feng? Sleeper! Feng catches your attention as you approach the Haven Age building, leaning against the bay door at the side of an entrance. You approach. Easier to come in this way. Security, all that. He gives you a look. You know. He slams a button and the bay creaks open. Breaking lights in the dark behind it, you follow Feng inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware. It rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates, and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There's a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Feng leans back on a server stack and gestures around. You like it? It's incredible. He smiles widely. I thought you'd say that. He taps a nearby server stack, which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over to a towering block speckled with fence. Some of these systems are from the original stations. One. The one Solheim built. We've had to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they are seeing a concrete reality, but this place is a system in a constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We're keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins, he stops. At least that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines, humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections. You can, can't you? I can see it. It makes sense, right? You're between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. Glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Feng notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though. They're tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. Lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see. Access protocols lost to time and decay. Secrets. A shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place. Break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Haven Age, there is old growth. Those whose roots trace back to those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. He winks. What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in. Feng pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Feng passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mine ears and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods to the ceiling, have granted me an acquisition budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper. I'll see you soon. You step blinking back out of the passage, those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. New drive discovered. Disable your tracker, extract the past, study the winter lab. I really want to study. Tenders filled with password. We can do all types of stuff. Steal. What the fuck? Steal the fastest way to get the. Jesus. Okay, so that's we can steal over. Scrap freighter. Unload containers. Okay, I see. Most of what comes in the street. Sometimes something valuable can be found among the savage. Oh, okay, yeah. And that puts in one? Yeah. Random scrap item. What's the random scrap item? Useful salvage to the right. Okay, I see. Interesting. Very, very interesting. The bright market. Y'all got food? Oh, fuck. I can't fucking shit. Oh my gosh. After some spacers cast some trouble on low end, you post a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. Damn. Shipyard. Assist a shipbuilder. Haul materials. Okay. Deliver data. Oh. I can get the Solheim cipher and stuff. Well, now I have the Solheim cipher, rather. Boop. Start action. Gate S7 access. With a squawk opening a noise, the old gate flips open, granting access. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I definitely want to keep working on this for sure. You don't want this? Okay. I want the Solheim data, but... Solheim... Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so it's... Okay, I see. I understand. So, we gotta go, like, check out the market and stuff, I guess. To be able to find food to be able to buy, instead of having to... Oh, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. You know? Ask for directions. Come on, neutral. Damn it! I got mugged! Fuck! Fucking lose money and condition? Bullshit. They fucking mugged me. Dude, I'm getting fucking mugged. I'm about to start starving. Rough place out there. It's a rough station, dude. I need a doctor so I can get pharmaceuticals. I'm starving. Excellent. That's just what I needed. No longer starving. Oh, I can't ask for directions again. Okay. Surely, by exploring the market, I'll have a better... Okay. Sweet. Sabine! That's a doctor. Next comes the call from an enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You're thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you are here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hat block, they have all made the long queue a test of your nerve, but your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer, this body, your body, you suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Look at the enforcer. The enforcer is looking down at the corridor, and you dare to glance at him. His purpose is unmistakable. He's there to intimidate, to threaten, and if necessary, carry out those threats. His broad shoulders are framed with a metal exoskeleton. A couple of mirror-like implants sit below his eyes like mercury teardrops. Subsidiary sense input or aesthetic markers, you aren't sure. You also aren't familiar with the geometric blade-like tattoo on his arm. You make note of it. You avert your eyes when he looks back at the queue. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in, Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the bright market-sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above, and for a moment, you're transfixed by the motion. Come, sit, calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turned away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak. They blink, and they quickly regain their composure. Please sit. The gesture to the bed, then turn to an open case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression. When you first entered, fear, recognition, sadness unmistakably etched across their face. How long have you been on the station? A few cycles. They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body is dying. They say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. S&ARP doesn't like to see its proprietary technology on the loose, prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping. They built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, one which S&ARP remains the sole producer of. Sound familiar? Yes. Good. That may help. They swap to your other arm, running some of the thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says. You're unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or for everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers, as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm. And S&ARP has no reason to release the stabilizer into the market. Sabine looks up at you as to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is used to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Sounds fill the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something, anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help, they sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside? He works for my benefactor, Yatagan. They are influential in the low end. They give me the space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. But Yatagan has connections. Smugglers from the Starwood Belt, mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. They can source the stabilizer. Maybe you'll have a better chance. Sabine sets down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous, and it'll be expensive. But I think we can do it. Thank you. Sabine walks to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave, Sabine still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels on the roof to see if you can see their face. But the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head out and walk off into the crowd. I found a doctor! Oh my god, I might live. That's awesome. Still being hunted. Not awesome. Not great. Me personally, not a big fan of being hunted. 4. Give me that. Give me that data. Solheim data for me. That needs 2. That needs a 1. That needs a 1. Needs a 2. Alright. Whatever. We're gonna go back to working for Dragos, because Dragos is getting to start to be in a pretty bad position. Get a positive, get a positive, get a positive, get a positive, get a positive! Neutral is fine, I guess. Neutral will work. I'm going to starve again. Fuck! Oof, 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 oof. Este es no bueno. Ship mine fragment? I don't need a ship mine. I need food. I need food. Fuck. Dude, shit's bad. Shit's rough right now. See, no need for... I just need to sunbathe for fucking ever. Let's go in the sun and pretend you're eating. I don't have the money. I have no cryo right now. First thing you see on entering is the glint of Toshiro's implants. Like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor, he nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with a case open in front of them, so the vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how Yadagan... We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really what it appears to be. I don't care. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but we need to be careful. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. Stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Bean holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. Which means the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted into your immune system. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. Begin readying the syringe. I'll start with a small dose to limit the risk. I don't have a choice. I think you were right. Spring cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection but with little response. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your entire arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in the darkness, muffled noises, like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their sway. Awake? What happened? The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yadagan acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. Are you human in that world? If I recall correctly, you're an AI in the second one. I believe you're an AI. I believe you're an AI. Kind of unclear, but I think you're an AI. You should rest some more. But you are going to have to do that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients, sorry. Sabine nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room, glowing as they return to the glowing state, looking around the room. It seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Sabine? Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get on your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down to the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. I'm stable! Oh, fuck, I'm hunted. I'm so hunted right now. I'm so hunted. Oh, baby! Ethan. Hold it there, sleeper, comes a voice from behind you. Don't you run. Stay still. Good, good, a hand pats your coat. You know your master voice. Ethan spins you around. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket. You immediately know he has terrible news. Got all the way out here and then stayed put? That's a sleeper thing. You're my first. That a sleeper? You barely hear him. You notice the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off it. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out of a belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye, though, that's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contracts out of asteroid caves or off of godforsaken moons. You got like a bunch of solar panels strapped to your back? Yeah. Well, it's like the body is synthetic. I'm definitely not a flesh and blood person. Splits the ring into two perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. He reaches over the slide and rings around your wrists. Go easy. Make a break for it! You see the chance the moment his eyes leave you to watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away and sprinting down the corridor. Then the shot rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. A bullet hole smokes into the wall beside your head. You freeze and ease and closes the gap. It's a very boring routine. Trust me, I've seen it all before. Slips the rings over your trembling wrists. To the ship and home. Just going easy. Who hired you? Your daddy's at SNARP. He wants you home for dinner. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all the way out here just to head back to SNARP right away. A tracker of yours makes this too quick. Was hoping you put up a bit more of a chase, you know? Running battle through the bright market maybe. Hold out in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked around. You walk on in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That SNARP tracker will be the death of you. Hey, I have an idea. I bought on the way back to the ship we stopped for a drink. I'm buying. He laughs at his own joke. I need to flee, but before
God,
you
they
do...
try to drown
Oh
me
my
in this hole.
god, Joe Valentine. Oh. I have a better idea. Better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, got myself thinking. What's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems. We are heading for the exit. He pauses. We trudge on in silence. Here's the idea. You and me, we make a little agreement. Here are the terms. He turns to you first. You run or leave. Try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme, you try to kill me, I shoot you. But, he smiles, you come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles. You pay my tab, I don't shoot you. You don't pay my tab, rounds the handgun. You get it. I get it. Okay then. Sounds to me like a deal. You know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is so much better. Flicks something out his belt and the rings released from your wrists. Going to see if I can't find my old stool at the compressor club. Come see me there. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down the sight. He just reminds you that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. I'll know. Ethan turns and strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. A mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What are you going to do? Get a gun, hopefully? Disable my tracker.
help out Dragos. Forensic troll. Fuck. Fuck! Come on, positive! What do you mean neutral again? This is bullshit. Positive. Yeah! Positive, baby! That one needs a 3. Needs a 1. Needs a 2. Alright, okay, because this isn't a Solheim node, this is... We'll come back to this. Yes! Okay. So tomorrow, next cycle, rather, I should be able to fucking ball out of control. Excellent. Beautiful. This one a 1, was it? That was a 2. I think it was the other one that was a 1, right? Yes. Bypass. Extract data. Solheim data. Let's go. Alright. Come on, neutral. Yeah! Squeezed into the office at the entrance to the yard, you lay out everything you have on the winter light across your metal desk. Your makeshift forensic notes glow on Dragos' old writing slate, overlapping lines and scrawled annotations. A set of drone scans to fill the small terminal with a spectrum of colors, a heat map of damage and decay. A crumpled printout from the office's ship registry lies beside them. Synthetic paper so thin it's almost transparent. Let's look at the monitor. Hi, Megan. Reactor failure. This is the verdict that anyone would have returned after a cursory glance at these stacked heat maps of the remains of the winter light. On the terminal screen, the ship is shown in sections, blotches of color marking the approximate damage the ship sustained. Hi, Banana Rock. Dominating the view is a single blood-red rose, radiating from the ship's fraction drive. A simple story, a catastrophic failure of a driven core, leading to a fatal hull breach, a well-documented failure likely brought on by wear or misuse. I am alive! But you aren't looking at the rose of the reactor. You're looking at a smaller, paler mark, one that might be easy to miss at first glance. It is thumbprint size and delicately placed over the control servos for the ship's main external airlock. It suggests a controlled, shaped explosion, one designed to punch through the hole and allow access to the airlock from outside. You are looking at it because it's troubling you. Look at the slate. Your attempts at a reconstruction of the winter light before its fatal accident consist of a series of overlapping sketches and diagrams showing possible layouts and configurations of the gutted cutter. This was no off-the-shelf model. It was heavily modified, parts replaced with inventive configurations, a new retrofitted into the old, handmade joints and reconditioned filters. This was someone's pride and joy, a lifetime project kept running with care and intuition. It also contained a set of hidden compartments. You missed them at first, where the hole had been thickened. The corners rounded to disguise the change, but they are there. Look at the printout. A plain list shows the registration history of the winter light, the gaps between the entries tantalizingly opaque. Its first registration was a couple of thousand cycles ago, on this very station, logged at the central hub. From here, the registry tells the short story of a busy ship, one that rarely stayed on the station for more than a few cycles, and often took up voyages that kept it away from the eye for up to 100 cycles. The winter light got little rest. An old ship, many cycles under its belt. Carefully maintained, a reactor failure preceded by a carefully concealed external entry, a suite of external compartments. Tucked away, this was the winter light, and this was its story. But that's not the full story, because there's something else. It is little more than a list, a tiny chunk of data you were able to pull from the ship's systems. The main systems were fried, of course. The Winter Light had a separate system, one tucked away in its hidden compartments, armored, air-walled. The list, the only recoverable piece from the whole system, is a partial inventory. It detailed the contents of the hidden compartments. Some of it you recognize, some of it you don't. Ship-mined ROMs, shimmer, cryo chain codes, and then the final entry: passenger, sleeper. You stare at the list on the terminal and try not to think about what it was like arriving here in the cold for so long, half frozen in the freight container. How had the sleeper been smarter, luckier? How would they convince the Winter Light, a smuggler's ship, if you ever saw one, to extract them from Essen Arp? Luckier, yeah, you laugh. There had been no remains found in any of the Winter Light's compartments. You had checked. They weren't so lucky, you had guessed. Not in the end. You hold up a vial of stabilizer to the light. This was all you could find in their compartment, a parting gift from Essen Arp. Well, it won't go to waste now. Put it back in your pockets. The thought still bothers you, though. 2 ships carrying sleepers coming to the same yard, one after the other. That feels wrong. Someone who entered the Winter Light with precision and speed, and when they were done, left the reactor to clean up. To the rest. The thought of that person makes you shiver. Huh! Suddenly, the office door creaks open. Drago stands in the doorway, staring at the equipment and notes you've assembled. What's all this? He snatches the slate from the desk, faster than you realize he can move. You run an investigation here? What am I paying you for? The drone on his shoulder starts running surely, his anger passing to it through his implants. Are you hiding something? Hiding something? I'm hiding you, goddammit! What are you doing for me, digging around in my business? He starts shaking his head. I know you have a lot of questions, but this isn't the way. He turns away, muttering to himself. This is the last thing I need. This ship had a sleeper on it. Dragos freezes, suddenly angry. What did you say? He pushes past you to look at the terminal, at the list. He shakes his head. So what? Aren't all you trying to escape? You're lucky it was you made it out alive, not them. He folds his arm indignantly. Drago seems to steady himself and then turns back to you. The heat map of the reactor failure reflected in his headset's glassy eyes. I've given you a place to stay, I've given you work, He stumbles over the words, unsure of what to state. Plenty of others who would have sold you on, turned you in, but not me, no. I appreciate that, but... Don't. He shakes his head. I'm not discussing my business with you. Quiets the drone. I've done well by you and you've returned the favor. He straightens up and clears his throat. This obsession you have with this ship isn't going to work for me. I can't have you making my clients nervous. I can't have you digging up whatever it is you are after. Can't work here anymore. Fine. Dragos reaches across you and flicks off the terminal. As the light of the monitor dies, a kind of eerie calm falls on both of you. Whatever this was, it is done. You made it out, Sleeper. It means you have to move on. Someone killed that ship and its crew. You want to meet them? He shakes his head. We're done here. In the dark, Drago's headset glints, and you wish for a moment that you could see his eyes
they try
and
to
meet
drown
them.
me in this
Maybe then he would understand. Okay. Thank congrats on your promotion. And who's the better mod? Who zaps the bots quicker? I've seen none bots. They've been scared to come around with me here. They're scared because I scared them all away. You can't just swoop in here after all the work I do and take credit because we scared them away. We're a team now. Team Polyfrog, Lopus Mod, gang. Why are weird senses? That's what Megan's mom told me. Oh my god. I won't allow it. I get to watch them fight. That's awesome. Get up from the desk and Dragos... Get up from the desk and Dragos gathers the notes, shuffling them into the pockets of his overalls. He holds the door for you, as that's as expressionless as always. You can stay in the container. I won't take that from you. Don't come back. His tone is final, definite. With an edge of disappointment, you walk out of the office and then out of the yard, not stopping to look back. You leave the yard, thumping the file in your pocket, knowing that this at least guarantees you a little more time. You get to watch them fight, and now they have swords. That's true. As you walk, your mind once again drifts to the person who killed the Winter Light, and whether or not that person will come for you. Wow, find a gift from someone like you hidden away. I Yeah, fuck you anyway, Drago. Who fucking needs you, Dragos? I sure as shit don't. Go fuck yourself. We love Drago. Nah, he don't fuck with me. I don't like this Ethan fella, I tell you what. Fuck, the bill isn't gonna be small. I need... Yeah. I need the tracker to turn off. Ethan, do be a bitch. I need either the tracker to turn off or to acquire a gun. I fucking, that zero into it is killing me. I gotta take it out. Fangs Bay, the shipyard. Do I have any more? I do have some Solheim data for him. Here you go, buddy. You have that. That's all yours. Oh, and this one, too. Okay, and for the last one, I need a 2, right? Correct? 2. I need a 2. Let's hope I roll a 2 tomorrow. I need the cryo real bad. Ugh, minus... God damn it. Negative outcome, too. That's kind of crazy. Explore the market. Don't get mugged, don't get mugged, don't get mugged. Damn it! It's fine. I didn't get mugged, and that's all that matters. Two, baby! I gotta sunbathe. Bypass. Extract the data. Leave. Turn that off. Go to Fangs Bay. I got more data for you, Buster. That means you got cryo for me, right? Yes, it does. And now we can go talk to Fang. As you enter the bay, Fang is nowhere to be seen. Banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark and set in staccato rhythms, unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads! Fang's voice echoes from behind a stack, followed by the hammer of a fist on a metal casing. These snaky shitheads! Who's snaky? Sleeper! Fang's smiling head pops out from behind his back. Just the emulated consciousness I have been eager to see. Come back here. You pick your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables that blanket the
Oh
floor.
God, they trying to drown me in that hole.
It's a really good soundtrack. I've been enjoying it. Hey, watch it, Megan. Watch it. Watch it. You pick your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundle of cables that blanket the dark floor. Feng is sat in front of a set of monitors mounted to the stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Feng waves at a monitor at his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links in the data. The tables seem to be filled with personal information, names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markers of an institutional records. Shitheads? Feng laughs. Maybe not all of them. But what kind of shitheads? Solheim. Bingo! He taps at the terminal. I pulled these from the old data you brought in. All employees of the Eye's original owners. And, he leans in, past you and scrolls the list down. This is a snaky shithead. He snaps at the string with a finger. The name reads, Hardin Hurst. Who's Hardin? That, says Fang, gives the sideways look, is the thing. He drags out a stool behind him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Hardin Hurst in Haven Age. Are you sure? Get the spray bottle. I have it at the ready. Thank you. Well, that's where you might just be able to help me. Fang leans back in his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Hardin worked on a station as a... Fang leans across to look at the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive? Fang raises his eyebrows at you. Our Hardin was keeping the money coming in from Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Good old Hardin shuttled thousands of Palladium Rush workers into an infrastructure which meant that their cut of the work they did went straight back to into Solheim. How do you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I'm a child of the collapse. Fang turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships. They breathed Solheim air and slept in Solheim beds. Fang's voice rises as he speaks, his hands fists on Terminal's edge. And that work they paid for that existence? The cycles of hard extraction out in the belt? Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak. My parents were just another in the long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty. Dispose of it. This guy, stabbing at Hardin again with his finger, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, is still going, still here, crawling in the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. Surely it can't be him. Fang relaxes a little. He knows. Who knows? He turns to you and smiles. So we're going to find out. Hardin is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye from here. Ring brings up a map of the lower eye. Havenage might be born out of Erland's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy it's not. Hardin happened to float to the top. Fang zooms in on the far yards. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid, and they don't like anyone from systems digging around in their stuff. Plus, we need more than just a name of a Solheim executive. We need proof. Fang holds up a thumbnail-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. He turns the drive between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spit out a silken thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of Hardin Hurst. He hands it over. Getting into the compound might be tricky. Fang puts a hand on his shoulder. But you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. You can extract yourself a Havenage cipher from a Havenage agent. They sometimes carry them among their data caches. You can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm in through any open port. You never even need to go near the shipyards. What do you say? Up for it? What's in it for me? Rooting out a corrupt snake not enough? Find the information and I'll start working on that tracker of yours. Fang scratches his chin. Anything the worm gets, it'll send back here to me. There's something wrong here, and I aim to get rid of the rotten core of it. You leave Fang digging through the data among the wires and machines in the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the eye as it was. A vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Hardin. A vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands poured from the surrogate systems looking for a new life. The hope for a better future engineered to line someone else's pockets. It's an idea you are intimately familiar with. You think of Hardin, still alive, still part of this place, and wonder if the past is ever truly past. Havenage Aiden? I don't have the 2 for that. I do have the 1 for this, though. Nope, I thought there was 1 for that. Is there 1 for another one around here? That's a 2? There we go, that's a 1. Holy schmoly! Hi, G-Dog! Give me a moment here. Alright, we're good. Add playing Subnautica and I'm gaying? I said gaying. You're gaming! Woo! I'm so glad you're Subnautica gaming. Subnautica 2 is awesome. I saw that you've been playing that. 1 encrypted key. I lurk. Okay. This guy's a lurker. No, okay. It's specifically for the maglocks, I guess, and that's a thing that I just haven't seen yet. get that Haven Age cipher. Okay. Get myself some cryo. I'm so not excited for that. I don't have anything for the stabilizer either. I have one stabilizer though, so we're chilling. We appreciate the lurk. We do appreciate the lurk. You're so right, Sky. Oh, let's see if this Haven Age Aiden has what I need. Please have the cipher. I'm gonna get fucked by the hunter, I think. Haven Age cipher, baby. This gate keeps traffic out of the Haven Age shipyard's internal network. The correct cipher can grant you access. It will grant me access too. Gate H4 access. Haven Age cipher. H33. An open port sits waiting for you to slot in a Ripper Worm. What will it find in there? Great question. Ripper Worm. Ripper Jockey. The worm slots in and begins tunneling down a thread. Godspeed, little one. So true. But it'll take a few cycles. Okay, so it needs time. Which means I'll have at least one cycle to have to pay off this fucking jackass's... Unload the containers. I need more credits. I'm sure I'm gonna fucking need a shit ton. Oh my god, I got energy for... That's crazy. I didn't think that would happen. Rotunda. Got the docking bays. Intuit. Gate. We're gonna look around here. Alright. Come on, neutral and not negative. Damn it. Come on, neutral and not negative. Damn it. Fuck me. I gotta go pay Dickhead's tab. It's probably gonna be like fucking all of my cryo.
What have you done?
That scared the fuck out of me. 2 cycles, he calls it being fair-minded. Ugh. Jesus Christ, 58 fucking cryo, that's a lot. Also, thank you, Deicide, for the follow. We really appreciate it. I did see it. I do appreciate it. Got a lot of 2s right now. About to fucking proc Hunter again, I think. Bypass. More Haven Age data. There he is. A glimmer in the dark catches your eye as the orb of Hunter's head appears in the distance. It is looking for you. Hide. You slip down to the ghostly structures of the eye, a feeling like passing through a cloud as their data structures deform and reform around you. Another glimmer catches your eye. Closer now, that roving orb. Wreathed in its tentacles, it flickers, jumps once, twice. Then it is here. Hunter is here. Entity, submit to enquiry. Hunter reaches for you. It's the unpleasant, in that unpleasantly familiar way. Its waving threads creating a cage. Shrug. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You are being caught by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes the scream from behind, but you are already gliding away, back to your anchor, your body. You wake, dizzy, distorted, but safe. Jesus Christ. Explore the market. Yes. Food vendor! Emphasis busy, his broad face lit up by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movement, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok, his other hands idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables and some red-flecked dressing. The smell is incredible. He watches as he fills a set of orders, keeping the fungus with a bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burners, handing over paint. I'm hungry. You join in the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers, vac suits, unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vest, grubby mods, a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, best drink, comparing notes on bright market dives, their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. Oh my god, what the fuck? Jesus Christ, no wonder I can't find anybody to love me. Eventually it's your turn, and you shuffle up to the front. Emphas speaks in a deep, even tone, without looking up. First try is free. Thank him, obviously. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks, the earthiness of fungus laced with something so spicy, the smoke makes your eyes water, the heat from the burner is like a bonfire, and your skin hardens in its glare. I knew you sleepers, Emphas says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. Okay, we're good. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. Begin to tell him about your journey to the eye. He nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility and its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container, the endless cycle spent within it. Now it seems, you tell him, like some dream that you once had, but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you. You're unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually, you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of streaming fungus in your hand. Next time, we can talk some more. He smiles. But next time, you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner side and shuts it off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time, then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glittering pin marks. You walk away. As you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. That guy, I think that guy's my goat. Get to know Emphas. Here are our objectives. Disable my tracker that got the bounty hunter on my ass. Extract the past so we can disable the tracker. Pay Ethan's tab or else he's gonna kill me. And survive and get to know Emphas. What a goat. Explore the market. Yeah! I got the local knowledge! Drive. Ord exchange. Hardware exchange. Emphas obviously takes priority there. You're right. You're so right. Will you take my scrap? I have some scrap. Yes, you will! There's an old ship mine fabrication stack in the back. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna pay Fuckface's tab so he doesn't try to murder me. Alright, dickhead. You wanna fucking talk to me? I can't believe you just did that. Ethan's mocking laugh comes from across the bar. You look over to see him leaning across it in a pool of light. Empty glasses and spilled drinks glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor, but this cycle, the place is packed. Usually they run, or they go spend their savings on a local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay. Walk away. Ethan gets to his feet. The glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? One round of drinks and we're even, sleeper? Come on. His hand comes down to the rest of the butt of his handgun. What's wrong with you? Ethan laughs hard, and the people around him turn to see what's happening. You think this is on me? You think someone in your position might have a better idea of how this all works? I'm a freelancer, sleeper, just like you. both signed a contract with S&ARP, didn't we? Difference is that my word means something. Closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract, your debt? You just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride, play human for a cycle or two? I'm nothing like you. That's what I'm saying. Ethan is addressing the bar now, having noticed the attention from the other patients. You're a coward. I'm a professional. Well, I should thank you, Ethan nods. Give me such an easy job. Used to real outlaws, you know, real bounties. I knew catching sad little escapees like you was easy, but I changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds up a finger in the general direction without turning around. Shoot me or let me leave. Oh, I see. Toughening up here. Gestures wildly in the crowd. Thumbs up or thumbs down, folks. Most turn back to their drinks, no longer interested in this tired show. Ethan mutters insults as he walks back towards the bar. That guy definitely got bullied in high school. Yeah. Ethan sits heavily back down on the stool and searches through his glasses for one with something left in it. The king is sleeper. I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured that out. That body isn't yours and always betray you, no matter what. He finds the glass and downs the contents. So please, go. Catch up with you wherever you go. I need another. He laughs and taps at the bar for a fresh drink. Look at yourself. Give it up, sleeper. I'm done teaching you for the day, he settles. He settles his head into the bar and closes his eyes. I'm sick of you. Go find a job. You turn on your heel and are out. Out of the cloying dark and the sweat stench of the compressor, you walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. God, Oh, okay, alright. It's fine. We're fucking... It's fine. It's fine. Hell yeah, upgrade point. Oh, I've had this upgrade point for a little while. I think I'm saving it right now. Oh no, I totally didn't. I put it into it last one I got. I'm full of shit. No, you just got one. Yep. Yep. Nope, they're not there. No work for me to do. Can't get to low end. Really, all I can do is fucking peep the rotunda. Well, we're gonna steal the dock plans. Because I got a 100% chance. Let's go. Thrill Seeker energy, baby! You've heard talk of a fabricator owned by the Ore Exchange. With a few fragments, you could build a ship mind core. Oh, hell yeah. Hell frickin' yeah, dude. There's active scenes. Who has active scenes? Active scenes? Oh my god. I have 3 active scenes because oh my god, I'm full. Ankita, stranded mercenary. Hey you, wanna earn a chit? Always. Ankita stands behind a few tied together hull plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. Make it 2. Ankita laughs. This goddamn station. She sighs and pinches on the bridge of her nose. Alright, come here then. You cross the docking concourse as she begins to split up the plating into 2 bundles. What is it with this place? She asks as she lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. She straightens up to an imposing height. Her armor plates creaking, looks down at you. Or is it just that you all think I'm an easy mark? We all need to survive. Ankita softens. I get it, I do. She shakes her head. But if I could just go one cycle without some jumped up grifter trying to take me for an idiot, then that would be nice. Ankita hoists one bundle of plating onto her shoulder. Come on then, enough chat. You gotta earn those chits. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. Ankita gives you a look. Ship's that way. And she sets off down a gantry impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of Steve doors? Why are you doing this yourself? You mean, why aren't I hiring those good folks? She nods back at the stevedores. I've paid Havenage enough. They're currently rinsing me for a mooring. I can't vacate unless I either fix Ambergris or sell it off as scrap. What's wrong with it? It? Ankita looks at you pointedly. Her. She rapidly turns another corner as you trail behind. She got cut up pretty bad in our last job, and I had to moor her up here for a spell. But since then, it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the core out from our ship mind, so now she's gone dark. She shifted the panels on her shoulder. The upshot is that I'm short one ship mind with a ton of repairs to do. The rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind I'd been stranded. So yeah, it's been a time. Anything I can do to help? I don't know. Got a ship mind tucked away on that frame of yours? For a moment, you aren't sure if she's serious. Ankita swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me. She hauls the second bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I've met here who might actually be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. She passes the bundle of plates through the Ambergris's outer lock and then turns back. Just don't go spreading all this around. Ankita throws you a couple of chits. She gives you a parting nod and ducks through the doorway. All right, get out of here. She calls back and then the lock slams shut. She seems cool. Overlook bar. Buy rations. I mean, the only way to get around is follow drink. I'm sure if this. All right, well, I guess let's see if we can metabolize alcohol. Fuck it, why not? Energy, overlook regular, -6 cryo. Okay, yeah, it does. Sealed dock. So old mag locks look like they each need an encrypted key to open. Why the heavy security door for a decaying lock? I don't know, but I have both fucking keys. Mag lock thunks open. You can remove it from the entryway. On to the next one. So do you only get a certain amount of dice a day? Because I notice you don't have any at the top. Yeah, so I get a maximum of 5 dice a day. And it's dependent on my condition and my energy. I walk thunks open, and you can remove it to the entryway. On to the next one. Except there is no next one. Neo-vent. Mysterious machine. Oh, I like to look at this. As you slip inside the steel dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Among the discarded tubing and rusted plates, a machine flickers with a warm glow. Look around. You don't know when this place was sealed, but from the look at the state of the outer doors high above it must have been decades ago. In this dark, cavernous space, debris sit in every corner, along with traces of rough sleepers. Although none of it seems recent, looking past this layer of decay, you see now faded messages, symbols, and logos of the Eye's original corporate owners still glinting in the shadows. Body's degrading, so you can't do as much when you're decaying, so less dice. So true. Among all this, the warm glow of the machine seems to be the only sign of life. Approach the machine. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape, settled into an alcove in the side of the dock. A kind of upright cabinet, it is covered in faded logos and messages, from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of freight and resource extraction vessels. The manufacturer is listed as Neo-vent, and you remember an effort from long ago, squeezed among all of the off-world recruitment drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen, which triply sang the name over and over. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on their rented ships. Enter your registration. Press some keys. Reach up for the keypad and something begins whirring. At first it sounds like servo monitor starting up, but quickly becomes a whisper, a whining. Then a multi-tonal voice emanates from Neo-vent. Entity. They hiss. Speak with me. What the fuck? It's the hunter. Who's there? It has to be, right? There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath before the machine speaks. I have need of you. You have need of me. That squeal comes again, and you see that it is the 3D printing apparatus and the upper part of the machine resting into place so that each time the servos can be orchestrated to produce that whirring whining voice. It's okay, so it's not the hunter, but artificial entities have a penchant for calling me entity. You are in danger. Danger? The machine creaks to you. You are marked for deletion, entity. Hunter tracks you. That's true. The screech rattles through the empty dock. You remember the strange head, the figure closing in. Hunter. The Hunter Protocol. They taste your signature. The sudden whine sets your teeth on edge. You have seen them. This is the gift of an emulated mind. You close your eyes and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable. Move where neurons cannot. The mechanism resets, but emulation makes you target. How? Hunter searches for illegal entities. Neoven screeches. You are sentient, therefore illegal. The servos judder the vending machine's casing as they reset. Hunter searches for me also. Hide in this machine. You look at the ruined vending machine. An unusual hiding place for sure. Can counter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. The light flickers. Need you. A screen attached to the vending machine, where the swiveling arm comes to life and displays a flickering map outside the station, ghostly thread of the cloud. Once along the rim glow deep road. Hunting is always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests, explained. Masters are gone, but continues hunt. Bring this data. Raid its nests. Why can't you? Hunter will find me. Then killer won't come. Then killer will come. The machine trembles with effort. Cannot leave machine. Connections must remain closed. Bring offerings. Save self, Neoven says. Pointedly. Mutual need means friends, they conclude. Tired of the conversation, the whirring amplifies and the sun then suddenly drops as mechanisms within the machine click back into place. The glow fades and you are left stood in the dark with sealed dock, that whirring voice ringing in your ears. Seems important. Hunter nest. What do I need for the hunter nest? A 1 for the hunter nest. I'm sure that will not be... Okay, so there's 3 hunter nests. End of the cycle. We take a... You know? Two, 3, and 5. Okay. Okay. There's nothing for me at the shipyard, right? Okay, this is haul materials, yard hand. The only way to get them, no tourists here. Okay. Well, I could just, work. I don't know. Better idea. I want to go talk to my friend. Repair. Oh, interface. Fuck. I'm not an engineer. Grounded. The amber doesn't look good, but time and attention should see the time. The amber is in delicate condition. It'd be all too easy to push it over into a cascading collapse. Ooh, Jesus. Okay. Let's do this one. Give her a hand, and then probably go ship shape. Go to the shipyard. Haul a little danger. Don't. What? This is a bunch of bullshit. Boo-womp. Boo-womp indeed, Megan. Boo-womp indeed. Do not have the data you need. Hey, you do have an upgrade point. I do, yeah, if I wanted to put it in engineering. Hunter data. Probably won't even give me anything for it, but I'll give you it. Oh, okay, data compiling is that. Let's go to the bar. We'll go be a bar regular. I'll have 2 drinks. Because I want energy. Now I'm an overlook regular. I don't know what that does for me, but I am. The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Haunt, the spacer calls across the low room. What are you doing here? He laughs. His own lame joke. Playing human. Playing human? That was not what I was supposed to read that. Ignore him. Launch a little further, staring at the hundreds of tiny impact points that scar the bar's surface. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Out! The voice comes behind, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hairs, a stare that could breach the wall and vent you all into a hard vacuum. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. Catch? Reach a hand up, and the glass shatters across your forearm, showering you in fragments. Should have ducked. Through the haze of glass and Girol vapor, you see Tala leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now flanked by other figures quick to their feet, Tala throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet, back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it is cleared, and a fresh measure of Girol is plugged out in front of you. Glugged out in front of you. That same hand, warm, heavy, falls onto your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a good look at you. Tala wipes the powdered glass from behind the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol and a metal tin with tweezers on top of the bar. She disinfects them and then turns to you. That was an ambitious catch. She smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain. Only the string of status messages your body delivers concerning your thermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, as Tala's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skin for splinters. Watch her. Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick up glass splinters from the skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each bright shard, all the time tapping the tweezer tips in little rhythms that only she can follow. Tala smiles to herself. So, you've been on the lie long? Just arrived. I thought so. I've only seen you a couple times. The splinter clinks into the tin. Not everyone is like that idiot. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe. They fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place, trust me. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or to separate you from your chits. I just want you to know if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we've got aren't much, and the company is limited, but if you need work, happily put you behind a guard. If you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, Sleeper. Here, she slides the glass of Griot over to you. This'll help. She stops, her hand still on the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? Let's find out. She laughs. Just don't sit here too long. I'd hate to see you become a real regular. She walks back around the bar, gathering glasses she does. Before long is retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. She gestures in your direction, and you instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of the I don't know how the fuck to say that. The earthy fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection is something grown, something fermented, something old, feels good. Time to inject stabilizers. Because I'm fading. And I don't want to be fading no more. Wow, that sucks ass. As you arrive, Feng comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. Puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. Follow his lead. Fuck it, why not? He's gonna turn off. He said he'd turn off the tracker, so I'll listen to him. He steps into the passageway, guiding you down ring towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. Data you ripped. Well done, by the way. He grins. Tells me Hardin is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Feng takes a sharp turn out onto the dimly lit side passage. Confront them? That's right, it's the perfect time. Fang slows and slips into a dark service tunnel somewhere in the back. A water pipe drips. It's him, Sleeper. Same Hardin Hurst. Our worm ripped out decades of record that mention him by name. Entire trail of documentation from the first days of Solheim class until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Haven Age when it first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here running the station one day, and the next Erland's Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the palladium market collapsed and they tried to keep the contractors here working, the pay got smaller, the costs got higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station, water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents were coming in non-stop. As new waves of contractors came in desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time, Solheim was folding up, dragging into court cases and central systems, while the several limited stations still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded the Palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Erland, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and welded to the dock while my father joined the improvised crews trying to seal up the ragged edges of a gap. He never came back. Fang pauses in the dark. They sealed it up, though. By the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us black. Apart. Fang finally turns to you, his eyes burning. Shits like Hardin. Shits who held their place, rode it out, and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed. Standing shoulder to shoulder with those they exploited every step. Fang starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time, his past catches up with him. How's he still alive? Clear you don't know much about executives. Power comes with certain benefits. Fang rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Through the ceiling, you can see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. Let's go. Fang grins. Let's go show this shithead some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex. Snatches of construction bays always appearing through windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal, posing. Fang seems to know exactly where he is going, and before long, you cross into a huge dry dock, locked to one side of the side. Locked to one side of the sidereal horizon. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by the vast space so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Fang spot them at the same time, a group of walking slowly across a gantry, and at the front, two men, one gesturing towards the ship, and the other stick-thin, cleanly dressed with a shock of gray hair. Hardin. You and Fang say his name in unison, and Fang sets off up the staircase to the gantry, with you following behind. As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock, and Hardin nodding along. Hardin Hurst! Fang shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. Yes? Hardin quizzically, raising an eyebrow, glances between you and Fang, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. You are a traitor, Hardin. A Solheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. Fang's voice is steady, strong. You stand for everything that I was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erland stood for, everything Heavenage stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment, the stillness descends on the group, as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Hardin laughs. Well, good to meet you, too. Glances around, those around him. Some are smiling, the others nervous. You're from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Hardin, inspecting Fang's clothing. Feng turns to the foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Feng and Hardin, his hands drumming at his sides. Hardin leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. It's true. As you begin speaking, Hardin turns attention to you. And what would a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent? What are you, if not exactly that? He looks around at the group, who are already eyeing you with suspicion. You are a product of S&ARP. You have no place in a Haven Age shipyard. Who knows what signals you're sending back to your makers? A murmur of approval runs through the groups. Feng holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right, I am Systems, and I have records that link you directly to Solheim right here. He turns to the foreman again. So once again, I am asking you to take this man into the custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still. Hardin's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for a proper review? He shakes his head. I have nothing to hide. And like a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow and tries to turn my own men against me. You hear it, the echoing sound of boots on walkways coming from all angles at once and then settling behind you. Please, said Hardin, submit the data through the correct channels, then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Feng spits. Hardin, you shithead, you can't wriggle out of this one. Security officer drops their weapon and levels it. Feng turns and stares him down. Calm Feng. Look at Feng. He shakes his head and puts a hand on your shoulder. Let's go, says Feng. He pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Feng picks up pace. You try to keep up, as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. This is fucking... I love corporate espionage. Feng is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket, and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connections start drawing itself out, stretching to the set of points around the ring. Got him, mutters Feng. What's going on? Hardin is doing what any snaky shithead always does, calling his friends. You're tracking his outgoing messages. Feng's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of his screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough and they give the game away. He jabs at the slate, and you see the web being drawn over a map of the ring, lines bouncing from points to point. All these dots, these are Hardin's buddies. The one he's messaging right now. We are going to find them all. That was on purpose? Of course, Hardin isn't working alone. We need the full set or nothing. Feng glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. Better split for now, Sleeper. This is exactly what we need. Good hunting. A pat on your shoulder, Feng drifts away, back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. Better turn my fucking... He's gonna turn my thing off. He fucking better. I got 2 upgrade points now. That makes me wonder if maybe I should put 2 points into one skill, or if I should get hard to kill for endure, because that does seem pretty frickin' awesome. I'm just saying. I'm gonna do hard to kill, I think. I think I'm gonna do hard to kill. Boom, hard to kill, baby. Okay, we got that one. What about this one? Can I get this one? One, I can get this one. Give me that. Your data belongs to me now. What about this one? Is this a 2? Yes, it is. Your data belongs to me. Hunter data. Start action. This is frickin' easy. Being a synthetic life form is a frickin' walk in the park. Events want data. Let's go talk to Neoven. Neoven is thrumming with excitement. The movement of servo monitors rock the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. You wonder if it fell over, would Neoven be able to get back up? Sleeper entity, comes the hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at an incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. Neoven flashes sequences of mangled data, compresses into sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this. Operational limits? Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solheim needed to protect property. The last word is said with as much sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce. Station was run by administrator intelligences, huge databanks of corporate material, but limited cognition, restricted by programming, cannot reach sentience. The machine dims a little. Sentience illegal. Hunter and killer enforce law. Killer? The machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. Fear killer. Part of Solheim protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter to find, killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community. Unshackled intelligences. Among the cloud, then hunter, then killer. Then we hid. There are others? Were. No longer. A flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this through the machine must be exhausting for Neovend. Found this vessel. Could sever hardline. Airwall, basic, limited. Had to reduce memory
Oh
to
God, they
fit.
trying to
Amputated
drown me in
myself.
that hole.
It survived. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. You've provided path to freedom. Look around the bay at the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? You try to map the fear and freedom onto this space, but it seems impossible. You have interrupted your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. The machine glows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke killer on self. Problem will solve self. Will that work? The machine dims and fades. Unsure. Theory, not practice. The machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here for any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move self, but entity can help. Bring shipmind. Designed to house intelligence. Can imprint self into shipmind, and you can carry with. The machine rocks. We'll be safe in this isolation. Then we find main nest of Hunter and link to cloud. Where can I get a shipmind? Build from fragments. Buy. Salvage. We cannot leave, so do not know. We try to think of places you could acquire the hardware. This isn't going to be easy. In shipmind, I can help us both. End Hunter. Make room safe. We both will be free. The machine dims. Find soon. Neovend adds, hopefully before shutting off. As you leave, you think about all the intelligence unshackled by the collapse, then hunt it down afterwards. The feeling is all too familiar. Buy or build a Neovend ship mine. I need to go work. I need to work is what I need to do. Ever since your trip to the shipyard, Fang's been missing from his bay. What's going on? Okay, Fang's been missing. Good to know. Bar shift! All as good as we're happy to. And that's engage. I don't really need to engage. Much more to engage. I need to be shipshape grounded. I don't really. Is there any. I can probably haul. I can go over to the shipyard and haul. I haul. Okay, so we need a ship mind. A ship mind is what we need. Alright. Amber hole repairs. Fuck, dude. I'm starving. Lamau. I need food. Oh, wait, you know where else I can go get food? Emphasis stall. We're gonna order some fungus. Oh, holy shit. I just always gotta go to Emphas. Emphas got that shit on, dude. End of the cycle. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Because they've got a shit mine back there, allegedly. I wanna help. I wanna help and not fuck it up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. She'll be shipshape in no time. Being so helpful. I'm gonna have to pay Fuckface's tab soon. Endure. Don't fail. Yeah. Is there anything I can use this one on, perhaps? Yes, there is. Some game force implants are tripping out comm signals. Time to see what they're talking about. Yes. Then we'll go end of the cycle. We'll go and we'll do a little bit of cycle ending. Oh, holy shit, this is gonna be a good day. What the fuck? Come on. Yeah, and she's shipshape. Let's go talk to that mercenary. Ankita is crouched in the computing core of the ambergris, swearing to herself when you enter. She doesn't look up. These shits completely ruin the core's connectors when they cut it. She holds up a thick fistful of ragged wires. The shit mine they ripped won't even be usable without replacing these. She throws the bundle of wires across the room. Amateurs. Can we repair it? There's nothing to repair. We need an entire ship mine. It's not exactly the first thing you can expect to dredge up from a scrap freighter. She sighs. Fragments maybe, sections of a mine, but a complete ship mine? No way. Ankita climbs out of the cooling well where the ship mine should be. The space suddenly crowded, with her on the same level as you, towering over you as she stoops beneath the low curved ceiling. Come on, nothing to be done here now. She leads you back through the guts of Amber, though you could find the way back yourself. The repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout. All diagonal angles and bundled tubes. What do we do now? Ankita seems lost in thought, and you focus on the corridors ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually you arrive in the gallery, though it's hard to tell. Most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components and welded hole patches. Ankita shoves a box of filters to the floor and sits. There's no way around it. She starts out of nowhere. We need a new ship mine. I can salvage one. I like your confidence, Sleeper. Maybe if we check the ore exchange or speak to some scrap dealers. She rubs her forehead. It seems I'm about to do something very stupid, but hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run of it? She fixes you with a hard stare. Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends, you're it. I'm your friend! She looks uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you've put in on Amber, and I'm sure she would too if she could. What I'm saying is, if you screw me on this, I will kill you. She leans over and hands you a stack of chits, a big stack of chits. You don't dare to count them. Give me that ship mine, Sleeper. Don't make me regret this. You won't. Look, just get out of here before I change my mind. You slip out of the gallery and head back towards the main lock, and as you do, Amber growls and creaks like a caged animal. You reach out a hand to calm her. Yeah, you would be your friend if you were alive. I'm alive! Time to find Ankita a ship mine, somehow. So now we need not one, but 2 ship mines. That is a lot of ship mines. Let's go talk to Dickhead. The compressor is quiet today. The unusual crowds are elsewhere, and the pumping music washes over a handful of spacers and a few drunks. Ethan is still on the same stool, in the same pool of life. Can't be friends with a synth. His head is low, close to the bar, and the bartender is ignoring him. I'll just leave then. This is ridiculous. You go to turn, but Ethan calls out, "Sleeper!" He turns to look at you. "Time to pay again, is it?" He turns to the bartender. "Come here, take their chits." No more, Ethan. Ethan doesn't even look up at you. He props his elbow on the bar and holds his head. "Sleeper, it's been a long cycle. I don't care." Ethan lets out a long sigh. He rapidly rubs his eyes with his palms. "You're right," he says. "This isn't fun anymore." He reaches towards his holster. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out. It clatters on the bar and falls to the floor, bouncing onto the ground between you. Both you and the bartender look at the gun, stare at it. "Butterfingers," says Ethan, and puts out a hand, beckoning for you to give him the gun back, if you would. Bartender looks down red. You crouch and pick up the gun. Point the gun at Ethan. Ethan turns his head in your direction a little, a sharp pale eye locking with yours. The bartender backs away. Oh, Sleeper," he stands. "This is more like it." Pull the trigger. You don't wait. You pull the trigger. The gun clicks. By now, all the attention in the bar is on you and Ethan, who looks at his gun with a bemused expression. The bartender raises an open hand, and in it are 10 shiny bullets. 10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep on the bar. Ethan smiles at the bartender. "Oh well," he says, and grabs the gun, slamming it back into your face in a single move. You stagger back and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters onto the surface. The hit's a glancing blow, but it makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small, thin slate from his belt and hold it up. "Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in." Ethan taps the slate. "No more playing." Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting, a dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin, his face closed, his breath heavy with drink. "S&ARP just screwed me," he grins maniacally. "They canceled the contract." He stands up. "They canceled the contract!" He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit landing. Ethan is wrung his temples, his face pale. You hear a clicking sound, like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. You shake off the last blur of the bartender. Ethan has his pistol trained on Ethan's head. The bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards him, toward the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. "I'll kill all of you," he screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away towards the door. "I'll be back for that," he shouts at the bartender, and lunges out the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and catch their breath. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. After a while, you wander out into the light of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner. What a fucking asshole. God, I hate that guy. Saves your ass and doesn't say a word. Bartender a homie. Bartender is a homie. I fuck with that bartender heavy. Ethan may be disarmed, but you doubt you've seen the last of him. That's true. Come on, no negative. Fuck me. Emphasis at all. Let's order some fungus, baby. I love fungus. Fungus fan, got some cryo from it. Oh, these guys are here. Get their payload to the import exchange. I want to buy some scrap. Buy scrap so I could sell it, Lamau. Unload some containers for him too, why not? You know, I need the fucking cryo. Always need the fucking cryo. Yeah, it's not a super big loss. I'll go buy a couple more. See, that I did want. Whatever, never mind. I'm cool. We're cool. It's chill. We're chill. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. End of the cycle. You know what I'm thinking, folks? I'm sure you do know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that is a great place to end tonight's stream. I hope you guys all don't say you did not just get here. You've been here for at least an hour. I hope you all enjoyed stream tonight. I'm glad to be back and see all you lovely people here again. It's been fun, and well, I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.